Morning, folks. This is my newest acquisition, a Maytag WU902. Was it a WU902? Yes, sir, Maytag WU902. And it has this sticker on it, which means this machine has never been run before. It has the original manuals and the warranty paperwork and whatnot, and the silverware basket's upside down, and it even had this. I did open this, though, I am sorry. I opened this to get the Moretz out because I was too lazy to go get some more, so that's not sealed anymore, but yes, sir. Zero rust on the racks. It's a little dirty because it was in the garage with the door partially open, so crud got in. But other than that, no rust. It gleams. The upper spray arm is there. These always seem to fall off for some reason. Detergent cup's a little stiff, but it does... Oh, no, it works now. Oh, wait, it's not... Oh, no, yeah. Huh. Yeah, it's not very cooperative, but it does trigger just fine when the cycle's actually running. So this is a... I think this is near top of the line, if not top of the line. It has a rapid advance timer in it. Unfortunately the belt, I don't have it with me right now, but it's the original belt from when the machine was built, and the belt it's permanently taken the shape, so it's shaped like an oval where it would be over there, and it just cracked. It's so brittle, it's gone. It's not there. It's a little dirty. It's been out in the garage for a while, and yeah, look, rapid advance timer. And yes, this machine does seem to work. The pump bearings and stuff, okay, I don't know about the seals. I haven't tested it with water yet, but I think they'll be all right because the door seal is relatively soft. Now, if you guys don't know, I don't know if I put the video up yet, but I used to have a WU400. It was the older model that had the direct drive pump in the corner, and that was a wonderful machine. And we got rid of it during renovations, and I've regretted that decision ever since. I've regretted that. I think about it all the time, and this popped up cheaply, and I'm thinking of putting this back in the kitchen. Because I don't like the modern stuff. I like this stuff. Built to last. Does the job. Makes cool noises. Anyways, I can't do a full demonstration today because, of course, the pump belt doesn't exist. And also, they're very expensive here, by the way. And I don't really want to pay for that, so I'm going to figure something else out, even if it means converting to like a V-belt or something. But I'm probably not going to use a V-belt, and I'll touch more on that in a bit. Anyways, let's do the rinse hold because it starts the pump right away. You can hear the timer clicking. You can see it moving. And there's the pump starting up in what I believe is the drain direction. When you start a rinse hold cycle, it drains whatever water might have accumulated in the sump before stopping the pump motor and then opening the water valve. And then it'll do one quick rinse and stop. Then when you hit cancel, timer turns back to the off position. That start switch in the motor is a little loud when it clicks in. It might need some grease. Timer stops, light goes out. All is good in the world. Does need to be cleaned. I'll do that. In fact, my plan is once I get this running, I'm going to take the control panel apart and throw it in the machine and let the machine wash its own panel. With keeping the electrics intact and whatnot. That's what I did with my old WU200. So about the belt situation, Maytag has been criticized in the past for using a belt drive pump. It's just weird. As far as I know, this is one of the only production dishwashers ever to use a belt, is Maytag's designs. And the reason they did this, I believe, is because the motor it's kind of big. It's quite tall, and it wouldn't have fit under there without sacrificing some space in the sump and the tub. And so what they did was they offset it a little bit. The old design, I have the pump sitting in the shed. Maybe I'll show that later. I kept it from my WU400. But they had it in the back corner, and it was very difficult to service And it wasn't a dedicated module. It was made up of a lot of separate parts, which was probably quite expensive for Maytag to manufacture. So they came up with this. They made an integrated power module, which is there. And then they put the motor off to the side. And they claimed that in the portable models, this offsets the need for a counterweight, which I don't really understand the science behind that. I don't know what that means. Wouldn't you want the weight to be in the back? I don't know. Motor is relatively easy to replace. Belts are kind of a bitch because there's no space here. Actually, how do you even change the belt on this? What the hell? There's no space under that pulley to get it around it. Anyways, I don't know. That's a thing for another time when I get the belt. But, yeah. So, where was I going with this? I think I completely lost track at some point. Okay, so the belt. So these use polyurethane stretch belts that require a little bit of silicone grease to prevent squeaking and sticking to the pulleys because it is kind of like sticky. And these have been criticized because as they age, they slip, they get loud. They make the dishwasher louder than the original direct drive design, which was the WU like 200, 400, 600 series. And so a lot of people criticize them for not using a V-belt, but here's what you gotta understand about V-belts, okay? This is like the thinnest V-belt that there is, and this one is pretty worn out. So this, although it doesn't really show, it does have quite a bit of bending resistance. It's not too bad with this one. It'll bend over pulleys like that. This one is worn out, however, and U1 would be quite a... Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, the part I was showing you was missing a section. Why do I have this belt? This is trash. Anyways, the bending resistance on a good belt is quite a bit higher than it is on, like, a polyurethane belt. Those are smooth, they're slippery, they're low-friction belts, which sounds like the opposite of what you need. But you have to remember that these motors and these pumps, they run at 3450 RPM. That's quite a bit more than, say, a Maytag top-load washer, which has the 1750 RPM motor. It has more torque. It doesn't spin as fast. You don't get as many losses from the belt. The faster the belt, the faster you're trying to get the belt to spin, the more losses you get. And while it's not really about energy efficiency, it's more about the load on the motor. They didn't want to put any more load on the motor than they were already doing. You know, because then you gotta upsize your motor, you gotta make it a little beefier, because it adds up. These machines were meant to last at least 20 years. And, you know, V-belts were just not the way to do it. Adding an idler pulley, that's extra friction, that would have been worse, because people bitch, why didn't they put an idler pulley in like a V-belt or something like that? It's just not ideal for this kind of thing. These are considered like higher speed induction motors, 3450 RPM, the two-pole motors. Two-pole motors, right? Yeah, two-pole motors. They're not really suited to that kind of thing. That's honestly why most dishwashers are direct drive, or most dishwashers of this type are direct drive. This is just an oddball. But yes, this was well and truly pretty much the best way to do it without going direct drive. And Maytag, I think they did a pretty good job with it. Sure, the belts are a little finicky, but whatever. I mean, at least the machine lasts. I'd rather deal with a squeaky belt than that fucking... the whole reason I bought this, by the way, is because in our other property, our Samsung dishwasher is for the third fucking time breaking, and I'm not going to fix it anymore. We have a Whirlpool Power Clean dishwasher in this house. I think it's a Kenmore Ultra Wash, yeah, whatever, but Whirlpool Power Clean. Arguably a better dishwasher than this, but I like this. So this, I think I'm going to repaint it, like the panel black. Oh, it is a little beaten up. I don't know how... I'm going to have to do some body work on it. I don't know what they were doing. But I'm thinking of painting this black, putting this in our kitchen since I like this, and then taking the Kenmore Ultra Wash, Whirlpool Power Clean, whatever, still an excellent machine, better than this probably, and put that in the other property for the tenants to use. I want to keep them both around. I like them both. So, you know, I think this will be a good thing. I'm going to start restoring this as best as I can. I'm going to see what I can do about the belt, and you'll see updates as we go along. Probably going to take apart the bottom module and make sure there's no bugs or something hiding in there from being sitting in the garage for so long. And, yeah. Thanks for watching.